Interview Friday, Martel said no one from the family left the property that night and they did not have any visitors.
I didn't do anything. I know Malaya didn't do anything. I know my mother didn't do anything. Those are 3 people on the property. I mean, after the polygraph exams, they should have known right there. We didn't kill any of the kids, or we didn't kill the kids.
Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to the channel. I'm Cheryl and this is True Crime and Other Stuff. Thanks for being here. We're just weeks away from May 2nd, the 1-year anniversary of the disappearance of Jack and Lilly Sullivan. But the news coming from Nova Scotia this month is shifting this case in a very dark and very specific direction. Although I strive to bring you well-researched information, please remember that my content is for informational and entertainment purposes only. I gather information from various sources, and while I aim for accuracy, I always encourage you to conduct your own independent research and verify any facts or claims presented. Your own due diligence is always recommended. On March 2nd, 2026, the children's stepfather, Daniel Martel, appeared in Pikachu Court. He is facing serious criminal charges, including assault, sexual assault, and unlawful confinement. It is crucial to be clear that these charges are against an adult woman and not the children. However, the timeline is what we need to look at. These alleged incidents took place between September 24 and March 25th, the very months leading up to the night Jack and Lilly disappeared. Martel has maintained his innocence regarding the children's case, but these new proceedings give us a window into the household environment during that critical window. His next court date is scheduled for March 30th. And the eyes of the entire province is on that courtroom.
Reported missing from their home at 10:01 on the morning of Friday, May 2nd. According to court documents, neighbor Brad Wong told police he heard a loud vehicle coming and going 3 or 4 times after midnight and into the early hours of the morning. Wong said his house is at an elevated position from the children's home on Gairloch Road in Lansdowne, and he could see vehicle lights over the treetops. He said the vehicle would drive off in the distance, and he could hear it stop and then return. He said it remained in earshot the entire time. Another neighbor, Justin Smith, told RCMP that at 1:30 a.m., he heard a car turn around by the railroad tracks near the area of Gairloch Road and Lansdowne Station Road. He said it made a noise, then the vehicle was quiet for about 2 minutes, then drove off towards Lairg Road. Smith told police he later spoke with Wong, who informed him the vehicle was the children's stepfather, Daniel Martel. The court records also detail Martel's account of the evening. He told police he went to bed fairly early and didn't wake up until light the next morning. The document said the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, told police she went to bed around 9 p.m. She said Martel stayed up and she doesn't know what he did. Brooks Murray has not responded to our request for comment. In several interviews, though, Martel has told CBC he had nothing to do with the children's disappearance.
One of the most baffling pieces of evidence from day one was Lily's light pink blanket. Part of it was found hanging in a tree about a kilometer from the home, shortly after they went missing. But recently, unsealed documents from early 26 reveal a second piece of that blanket was found in a trash bag at the end of the family's driveway. On March 12th, the RCMP confirmed they moved forward with the second round of polygraph tests. They were specifically focused these questions on the blanket. This tells us the investigators believe the blanket wasn't just dropped by a wandering child. They are looking for a criminal connection to how that fabric ended up in 2 different places. In these same records, we see statements from the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray. She describes a history of physical abuse and claims Martel would block her from leaving or taking her phone to prevent her from calling her family. When asked about the blanket in the trash, she told investigators she had used it to block a drafty window in the house. As we approach the 1 year, the question remains, how does a blanket used as a draft stopper end up torn and hanging from a tree deep in the woods while the rest of it sits in the trash at the curb? Jack would be 5 years old now. Lily would be 7. The $150,000 reward for information is still active, and the RCMP is still urging anyone who saw anything on that night of May 2nd, 2025 to come forward. What do you make of the new details regarding the household environment and the pink blanket? Do you think the forensic evidence is finally starting to point to a specific person? Let's talk about it in the comments. I'll be back with more updates on the next as we get closer to May anniversary. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.